Mr. Edisavich?
Here.
Mr. Stoffel?
Here. Quorum has been established. Will all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Where's the flag go?
Turn over there to the picture. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Dr. Malley, could you please read our mission statement?
The mission of Norris School District 80 is inspiring educational excellence in a nurturing environment.
Thank you. Discussion. Motion to approve the agenda as presented or modified.
I'd like to motion that change two of the items, please.
Which two?
Under consent agenda, I would like to remove items C and D for separate, please.
So C and D will be removed to after the consent agenda. Any other modifications? May I get a motion to approve the modified agenda?
Motion?
Second.
Discussion. Roll call, please.
Mr. Ludston?
Yes.
Mr. Biondo?
Yes.
Mr. Bellafiore?
Yes.
Mr. Edisavich?
Yes.
Mrs. Coletti?
Yes.
Mr. Stoffel?
Yes. Motion to approve the modified agenda. Go right into public participation.
Introduction to public comment. At each regular or special meeting which is open to the public, the Illinois School Code and board policy require that members of the public and the board's employees be afforded time to comment or ask questions. The board's agenda designates this portion of the meeting to recognize those visitors and provide an opportunity for comments or to ask questions. The board asks that speakers identify themselves and limit comment or questions to no more than 5 minutes. The 5 minutes may be shortened if the president must conserve time to move the maximum number of individuals an opportunity to speak. Speakers are reminded to conduct themselves with respect and civility towards others. The board also requests that speakers refrain from identifying individual students or staff. Speakers who choose to identify specific students or staff do so at their own risk. Please keep in mind that the opportunity to engage in public comment at school board meetings does not insulate speakers from libel or violations of privacy. Lastly, if someone wishes to present an unresolved complaint to the board requests that you contact Dr. O'Malley. Thank you, and the board looks forward to your comments and questions. Nicole Rusak.
Hey, I'm Nicole Rusak, and basically I have two things. The first thing is we just had conferences, and I sat down with my 5th grade daughter's teachers, and it was a great conference and everything, but I wasn't aware that at the 5th grade level, or even at junior high, that for students that may be overachieving at some point, don't have like an accelerated program or an honors type of situation. They're still in the classroom, and I find it that they're maybe not getting challenged, that they, to the point that they should. I mean, has it always been like that they don't have like classes that may be a little bit more challenging for these students that might need it?
I would defer to the building principal.
Would you like me to address
Yeah,
that?
Ms. Stephanie Palmer, yes.
Okay. For mathematics, the curriculum is leveled in such a way that they are challenged with challenge problems, differentiated within the curriculum in the classroom. So it just depends on the student, and it depends on a particular unit they're in. They may get the challenge problems or not. Spanish is somewhat leveled, but certainly not at 5th grade when they're just starting. It does differentiate and begin to get to an honors level. We have a Spanish Honor Society. We just inducted 19 members, for example, last week. So the idea that we do have differentiation, and then in our new ELA curriculum, there are level texts that align with our students' Lexile levels that allow us to challenge students in that way, that align with our MAP tests and our Lexile level scores. So all of the differentiation does occur within the classrooms.
Okay, so kind of the feedback that I got from the teachers is they're really they're teaching the standard, and I get that feeling like there was more to it. You know, like I just know my kids. I have kids at Lee also, and they're breaking up into group to where they're, you know, based on where they are. And I just feel like I don't know if that's happening here. And they're, you know, we're setting our kids up to go on to high school, to college. You know, are they getting what they need to get? And I don't know if I feel like walking away if that's happening from that meeting.
Right, and I think we, for example, in mathematics and the 8th grade level, we have many of our students are exceeding, about 80 of our 117 students are exceeding our standards, and we are tracking that now with our new standards-based grading report cards, and we're able to actually demonstrate that the students truly are achieving above grade level, and we are issuing certificates at that level. I think it's more differentiated as they go on in our curriculum currently. 5th grade is more homogeneous, and then as we move along, we are having students who are accelerating so that they are being placed higher as they go into Ridgewood. Although Ridgewood is changing, and some of their placement is just, it's that competency based, so they're all going to kind of start at the same place and then prove themselves once they get there. So as the high school evolves, we're trying to evolve to meet their needs. But I hear you, because I do have wonderful students here who are achieving above grade level, and all of our teachers speak to trying to challenge those students.
So
Absolutely.
So next year, she's in 6th grade. Is she going to be grouped with kids that are at her level, like she would have been in 3rd or 2nd, and they're going to be doing stuff that maybe she's at a 6th or 7th grade level? You know, that's what I'm just trying to get at. Is she going to be getting that
Right,
kind
so we
of...
want to make sure we give her reading materials at her Lexile.
Sir.
So you know what, I would love to have a conversation
But it's just not. It's just not my
let's
student.
Just come on in
it's
and
just
we'll-
not my daughter.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
a lot of parents. I
agree.
kind of had the discussion, kind of asking. So I think it's something that, you know.
I really like our new curriculum
sorry,
because
Ms.
it
Palmer.
does just that. Yes.
Just works, because now we're getting to a specific student. If we could just take that offline in a sense of,
That's
you know.
fine,
so-
but I'm
You had a
sorry,
second question?
it's my example, but I know plenty of people that feel the same way. So I wanted to bring it up anyways, and after asking, I just thought maybe this would be the right, just to see where we're going, you know, where I'm going. Because, you know, maybe it's a consideration that maybe the school, maybe I want to have a school that's maybe offering a little bit more, you know, I have to make that decision. And I think a lot of other people feel that way.
I agree with you 100%. You had a second question also? you said?
Yes,
Yeah.
I did attend the Ridgewood talk about the internet and the kids. My question is, you know, we all have Chromebooks now, and these students, they get them at 3rd grade. Is there any way for a parent to know what they are going on at school as far as, you know, they're doing their schoolwork, but, you know, they're going offline too a lot. And how do we monitor that? Do we get any kind of like feedback of what our student or what our daughter or son has been on that day? You know, because they're at the computer. Like, I know the teachers can't see everything that's going on. Is there any way, like, one parent was telling me she works at a school, and the parents every day get an email, or every week get an email of what sites their kids were on.
So what we'll do there is I'll have Dr. Melly talk to our IT director, Mr. Joe, to see what type of what's available to look at what the students have been doing outside of the schoolwork. So I'll have Dr. Melly will look into that and then get back to you. Thank you.
The next is Fiona Tanney.
Okay, Nikki already kind of covered a little bit of what I'm going to talk about, but I'm going to say it anyways. I had 3 topics. I'm not even going to bother about the tech because you just said you were going to talk to Mr. Joe. The first one I wanted to address was the way in which the curriculum in Giles is being taught. I don't have a child there yet, but I will next year, so I wasn't fully aware of this until I was talking to a friend. You're going to assume that's Nikki, and it was. After her comment, I started questioning at least 10 other parents that I knew that have kids that get above average grades. They all led me to the same conclusion, that students who are intellectually above average are not being challenged. In a way, they are being left behind in the classroom because the teachers are helping the below average children, and I truly believe that every child needs to be challenged up to their full potential, no matter what that potential may be. If that's not happening, I feel the school is doing a complete disservice to the child. If a kid just does the work and skates by because it's easy, that's not helping them, that's hurting them. They'll get used to putting in no effort, and when it comes time for high school and college, they're going to struggle because they aren't used to working hard. Last year, like scoring kids were put into classes together. That was changed this year, and I'm not really sure why, but I think you should consider bringing that back. If the structure is going to stay the same, I'm asking that all the teachers please create differentiated lessons. I am well aware of how much more work this is on the teachers. I used to do this myself. But I feel that this is the only way everyone is truly being taught to the best of their abilities. At Lee, I know that kids are pulled out into groups for reading and math based on their abilities so they can focus on what they need help with, or challenge the kids who have mastered the skills others are still working on. All I'm asking is that the same fairness is brought back to Giles so all the kids are getting what they need to succeed, like they're getting at Lee right now. The second thing I wanted to bring attention to was, I'm sure you're all aware of that I started a petition, so the community could have a voice. I thought I should make it perfectly clear that no one asked me to do this. I chose to do it after I contacted Mark Kleisner and Mike Pop at West 40 regarding concerns I had. All of you up there know me. I am one of a very small percentage of parents that come to board meetings each month. I come so I can be informed on what's happening in my children's school. I've agreed with you on some things, and I've disagreed on others. I don't speak out much unless I feel it's necessary, and I feel it's absolutely necessary that the right person be hired as the next superintendent of District 80, which will take time and community involvement. That is why I'm asking the 7 of you to please listen to what was said, that over 220 plus people from the community, along with the teachers union, which represents roughly about another 100 people, agreed with and signed in just over one day. And this was what I put online. On Tuesday, February 19, 2019, the current superintendent, Paul O'Malley of Norwich District 80, Giles and Lee schools, will officially be handing in his resignation. He accepted a new job in the new school district starting July 1st. As a concerned parent and resident of this community, I feel that the board needs to hear our voices. We are the people who trusted them and elected them into the seats they hold on this school board. The district has been a roller coaster over the last several years, which is why I do not believe the choice of our next superintendent is something that should be rushed or taken lightly. There is an election on April 2nd, which will determine 5 of the 7 seats on the board. Obviously, no one knows who will be elected, but with that many seats, there will be change on the board. That is why I believe it should be up to those 7 people to determine who the next District 80 superintendent shall be. Our community needs to speak up for our children. They deserve the best education possible, and we as a community need to strive for good schools in order to keep our neighborhood strong and desirable to live in. We need an experienced, qualified superintendent that will lead the district to success and work well with other administration, teachers, and the school board. So I'm asking the people who live within the District 80 borders to please sign. We, the people who reside in or are employed by Norwich District 80, would like the Board of Education to wait until after this April 2nd, 2019 election and the new board is in place before hiring or permanently promoting from within a new superintendent. So once again, I'm asking the 7 of you sitting in front of me to please take this into consideration before making any final decisions over the next couple of months regarding the superintendent position and how the community itself could help in the process of hiring a new one once you post the position. Thank you for allowing me to speak.